for another wonderful, fun-filled, interesting episode of Southern Mamas Be Like with my great friend Eva Marie, who's so much fun. And she and I just sort of, we've already said this, but we sort of clicked and it started happening with our mamas. So we thought it would be fun to share memories. And we're going to focus on some maybe accessories, I guess you'd call that. I'm going to bring in Eva Marie. So here she is. Hello, darling.
Hey.
Listen, I blinged it out. Well, I did.
Yeah, bling. And I just look like I'm chilling on a Sunday afternoon, which is what I'm doing. I'm chilling on a Sunday afternoon. So
I think you look darling. I love that blue jean jacket. Wouldn't you know, I gave mine all away, and then all of a sudden, I really did. I gave them away.
Never give away the denim. Never.
I tell you the truth, I could knock myself in the head. That's what my mama would say. Couldn't you just do that? Well, let's talk about what we're going to talk. Well, first of all, you've had a bug, and that's why Yes.
Yeah. So that's why we were not able to talk for a little while. I got a little bug, and little bug knocked me on my keister. And if that didn't knock me on my keister, the medicine that they gave me totally knocked me out. After 2 days of doing nothing but sleeping, I said, I can't do this. I'm sorry. You know, we'll have to take it at night, but I can't take it during the day. And so that actually, you know, probably made my recovery a little bit longer, but I have to at least get some things done during the day. But I was so fit to be tied. Nobody would have wanted to see me or talk to me or anything else. So
anyway, we have to be our best because our mamas taught us that. Right?
But in the interim, you and I got on the phone.
Yeah, we chatted.
We did. We got on the phone, we talked, and we started talking about purses.
Yes. Okay, you start because you showed me a little bit of your purses, and let's just say this. They don't make them like they used to.
No, they don't make them like they used to. No, they don't. But what I was going to tell you, I didn't bring out a lot of my bling bling purses, and I know you've got a couple of bling bling purses and things like that. And I do have an entire shelf that I can see right here because my closet door is open. I have I've got a double closet, and there's a whole shelf just lined with purses.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a compulsion, obsession. I don't know what it is. Purses, shoes, and sunglasses, and jewelry, of course, jewelry. But I was telling you this funny story about I went to I think they call it a silent auction, where you walk around the room and you just you jot down, oh, I'll pay this for this, and there was this cute little purse, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is the cutest thing ever. Big enough to throw your lipstick and maybe a compact, like your mirror or something like that in it. Maybe your driver's license if you're driving, or if you need to identify yourself later on at the police station or something. I don't know, but I just thought it was so pretty, and I put a price on it, and I kept walking around, and somebody upped me a couple of times, and I'd write the next price that I'm willing to pay that. I won it, and when I got back to my seat after I went up and paid my price, got back to my seat, I opened it up, and the original price tag was still in it. It was actually still, I don't think this purse had ever been used, and it was unbelievably expensive. But I'm going to show it to you. It's just so cute, and I love this. I absolutely love it. I love the little green. I mean, it's just such a little blingy thing, but it's got the, where you can make it into, like, you can put it on your shoulder if you need to.
I am in love with that purse.
I just love it, but I don't know if you can tell, but it's just enough to put a couple of 3 things in. But I just think it's so cute to carry it around like this. So that's one of my favorites. And then I started collecting what I call antique purses. Now this one, it's actually, they consider it vintage because it comes from the 60s. And I've got one like this, and then one that's a more narrow version.
Love that.
But it's very, I don't know, it's very 60s. I mean, and I found it. It's in great condition. Very satiny on the inside. Oh, yeah. Just a lot of fun. And I love to look up like the names that that are in them. Like, and it's like this company went out of business in 1968 or whatever. But then I also found this cute little thing at an antique, and again called vintage. But look at the inside.
Oh,
Is
but
that
you know, I
that's
love
not
that.
right?
Well, I love that one, Eva Marie, because you can put, you know, my cell phone is big,
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta, I mean, you've got to really downsize your lipstick.
Right.
I always
Yeah.
do lipstick powder. I have these little miniature hairspray
Yes.
things. I love that.
Yeah. And so yeah, you can put a lot more in here. And again, I just love the inside. You can,
That
you know,
I
you've got the
love.
chain, it's got the chain. What I love to do is
That.
find vintage purses, and you could, you know, this right here, that is just so, that is so vintage, you know. But I love to find them when they're in great shape. Obviously, who wants a tacky old purse? But this is one of, well, no, let me go to this one too, because this is another old one.
Oh, that's
And
gorgeous.
yeah, and it's got lots of bling on the top,
Love
and
that.
it's the kind that you know, you pop it. Well, let's see if I can do it. You pop it open. Yeah, there we go. And it's got the long chain. It's quite old. I mean, I can tell that it is, and just the inside is kind of a, you know, just a little
It looks like it has some beading on the, is that beading on the top?
It's
On the
not
sleeve?
beading, but it's almost like artwork that's in it's been hammered in, and it's just very pretty.
But on
And
the outside, isn't that some raised bugle
oh
beading or
yes, yes,
something?
yes, on the outside. Yes, I thought
Oh,
you meant on the
beautiful.
along there. Yeah.
I
So
love
yes, it's
that.
got
I love
beading.
that.
Yeah. Also, just so fun, and look at, like I said, look at the scrolls that are on the handle.
That is
Love the
gorgeous.
handle. Just love the handle.
I'm telling you, people have to realize that they don't make them like that. And if you
They
run into
don't.
something, you better grab it.
That's
You better
it. I
grab
mean, and have fun with it. And the thing is if you go to vintage stores, Goodwill, you know, that kind of,
it.
you
Yeah.
know, and sometimes you just go to somebody's yard sale and they're like, oh, I found this in my grandma's attic. And you're going, oh, okay. You don't know what you've got there. In fact, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, oh, my grandma wanted to sell this, I found this in my grandma's house, or something to that effect. And I recognized immediately what it was. And I said, that's actually quite collectible, you know? He said, oh, it is. And I'm like, yeah, I would not just let go of that. So
Well, let me
anyway,
tell you something. Speaking of Goodwill, I got
okay.
to interject. My hairdresser, I got all my hair cut off yesterday.
Yeah, I got about this much cut off the other day. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, so nice. But he goes to goodwill.com. Did you know there was a goodwill.com?
I did not.
Yes, ma'am. Let me just tell you. And he bought a picture, and I wish I was educated enough to talk about it, but he's researched it, bought books on it.
Yeah.
And he bought it for $21. And he said on the open market, if he gets the right art dealer, he could probably sell it for $20,000.
Yeah.
That is the truth. And he is so good about digging in. I mean, he's a very smart guy. He has all kinds of things like that. So there is a good.
You gotta have the eye for it. You just, you know, there's certain things and you go, ooh, that's vintage, or I think that might have some value on it. I've got a picture like that too, that I looked at it and I said, you know, I think this might actually be something. And I brought that puppy home, and sure enough, and every time we have moved, it has been carried by me to the car, you know.
Yeah.
So, but this is my $5 find. And
oh my gosh, that looks like mock rock.
It is from the 40s. So it's narrow as all get out. It's this pretty little satiny, I don't know, Franco Sarto is what it says here. It's got a couple of women obviously did not carry in those days what they carry now, but it's even the little button thing here has got the imprint. But I knew it was from the 40s, and it's a wonderful leather. It reminds me of what's that?
That's fabulous.
That leather. It looks a lot like this.
Well, I would call that a mock croc, because it looks like crocodile.
It does. It definitely looks like crocodile. It definitely looks like crocodile.
And it might be.
But
there
could be 1940s. You never know. But I knew. I said, this is from the 40s. I can tell. And then I did come home and I did some research, and it was like one of those things. She was like, no, this hasn't been made since such and such a time. But
I know what it is.
Yeah.
It looks like my first cousin after she gets too much sun.
Oh. name. I was actually thinking of a name brand, but it's
Sunburn? Skin
it's
cancer?
it's the leather pre-cancer. It's the leather that, oh my gosh, I think it starts with a B. Doesn't it start with a B? I always have the hardest time remembering the name, but you find them in like Dillard's and Nordstrom
Wait. Brahmin.
Brahmin. Thank you. Yeah,
I
okay,
love
it's a
Brahmin.
bull. It's a bull.
Yeah.
Brahmin. Yes, it reminds me. It has that look about
Yeah.
it. So it reminds me
Nice.
a lot of that.
It
Yeah.
does look like a Brahmin bag. I've
Yeah.
got way too
I
many.
tell you what, share your purses. Then I want to tell you my funny Brahmin story, and then I've got a spooky mama story that has to do with purses. Maybe this might be a two-parter. So you go ahead and share.
So we're going to sign off because we're already at 10 minutes.
We are, and we like to keep it at 10 minutes.
So we're going to come back in and you're going to continue, and then I'm going to show you my purses. But while we're paused, I'm going to run upstairs and get my absolute favorite purse. And I just remember when we were
I know which one it is.
Okay, darling, we're going to pause.
All right.
So this is, next.